Welcome to the Box of Inspirations, the place where you get the best for you and your business from successful people and entrepreneurs.
Hi, my name is Dustin DeVries, and I'm the founder of Caffeine Consulting. We are a custom software development company that specializes in mobile and web-based applications. One of the things that we do as a service-based company is we obviously work a lot with clients, and communication is very important. In fact, it's something that's very near and dear to our hearts and is something that is a core value within our business. And so what I want to talk about today is a little bit about how we handle communication and how we stay in touch with our clients and make sure that they're happy and getting responses to their answers. To elaborate a little more on why customer service is so important, I kind of like to take something that I read once in the book Outliers, for those who have read it. Basically, they talk about in Outliers how IQ is not an indicator of success past a certain amount. Once your IQ gets above, I think it's like 115, 120 or so, it's not much of an indicator in terms of success. You have people who have 200 IQs that are poor and not very successful in business, and people with 120 IQs that are making billions. So we kind of use the same process with the way we handle our service-based business, in that we definitely strive to focus on technology and being smart and great at what we do. But we know that what's really important are the intangibles, which is kind of what Outliers was basically pointing to. And one of those intangibles is communication and customer service. And so the way we handle it is by making sure that we are always responsive to our clients, that we responding via email. We use tools like Freshdesk for a help desk system, as well as making sure we're always responsive to calls and texts and things of that nature. The reason why I guess this is important is if you run any kind of service-based business, obviously you're going to have clients contacting you through different mediums, through email, phone, etc. And it's real important to stay on top of it. Anytime a client contacts you, that's a potential lead that you may be losing by not responding. So it's very important you stay on top of those things. And it's real easy for us, I know everyone's guilty of it, getting emails in your inbox and not responding in a timely manner, or it drifts down to the bottom and out of sight. And so one of the things that I do that I think is important for a lot of business owners who are handling a lot of email is to try to follow a zero inbox policy. And one of the ways I do that that I think is helpful to everyone in a service-based business is by leveraging things like labels or folders within your email system. In my case, I use Gmail. And in Gmail, there's the concept of labels. And I create 3 labels called incoming, waiting, and someday. And for anyone who is familiar somewhat with the David Allen getting things done process for managing yourself, these labels will probably sound somewhat familiar. And what I do is I get emails coming in, I'll take it, and if it's an email that I can't respond to right away because it's going to take some time, but I know it's waiting on me and I need to respond to it as soon as possible, I'll put it in my incoming label. If it's an email that I've sent off to somebody and I'm waiting for a response, maybe it's a client, maybe it's someone on my team, whatever the case may be, I'll label that email as waiting. And then I have a third label called someday, which is where I store anything that I need to go back and look at a later basis. Maybe it's a reference to some kind of document, or it's something that I wanted to go and review a little closer, but isn't really all that important, not something that's going to affect my day-to-day workflow. And so I think any service-based company could leverage this, because we all have tasks that come in that are things we need to handle right now, things we need to handle in the future, and things where we're waiting on other people. And this is a good way to keep track of what you're waiting on, as well as to process whatever is coming in that you need to handle right away. One of the additional things I do, since I use Gmail, I prefix all of these labels with 2 @ that enables those labels to crop up to the top of my label list, so that as I'm going through using my email, my incoming, someday, and waiting labels are right there for me to be able to click on and look at. And then also, I'll even leverage other labels like a travel label to store like travel itineraries, reservations, things like that. And I'll prefix that with an @ so it shows up at the top of my list as well. I mentioned Freshdesk. That's one of the tools we also use for handling support tickets with our clients. I think that seems like it's mostly a software-based kind of help desk system. A lot of people in the software business use it, but I think it's applicable to anyone in a service-based business. And then, last, as far as communication, is just making sure you're responsive to calls, texts, even making Skype and GChat available to your clients if that's going to help them. But basically, that's it for my tip. If you would like to contact me, you can reach me at caffeineconsulting.com or email me at dustin@caffeineconsulting.com. And I appreciate being on the Box of Inspiration podcast. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in on today's episode. Head on over to boxofinspirations.com for full recaps and much more.